My name is Pastor David Lai. I am a Buddhist pastor of Kachara and an author of 4 books and a long-time student of His Eminence Tsem Rinpoche. Today I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of Dorje Shugden's practice. According to the High Lamas, Kepche Pabongka Rinpoche, Kepche Trijang Rinpoche, and Kepche Song Rinpoche, Dorje Shugden is an enlightened Dharma Protector, an emanation of the Bodhisattva Manjushri, one of the 8 great Bodhisattvas of the Lord Buddha. Therefore, his protection is based on the clairvoyance, wisdom, and compassion of a fully enlightened being. An enlightened being's clairvoyance or ability to see into the future would be far greater than any worldly god or spirit. Hence, if one has taken refuge in Dorje Shugden, one does not need to propitiate any other worldly god or spirit. Dorje Shugden had arisen in this form as a deva or worldly god in order to have closer karmic links with us. However, he has the mind of Manjushri, the Bodhisattva. In this way, he is able to come to our aid much faster than any other Buddha or Dharma Protector. Hence, Dorje Shugden is also considered relatively young Dharma Protector for about 360 years, and therefore he has this tremendous affinity with the people of our time. Now I'll go into the benefits of propitiating Dorje Shugden. In general, the purpose of a Dharma Protector, like Dorje Shugden in this case, is to protect your Dharma path or your spiritual journey. Dorje Shugden do this in 2 ways. One is by increasing your merits, and the other is by eliminating outer and inner problems and obstacles. So what is merits? Merits in this case is very, very different from good karma. Merits that you accrue from Dorje Shugden practice is the store of energy which we build up with the practice that would propel us towards enlightenment. And hence, this store of energy, this store of merits cannot be exhausted. Good karma, on the other hand, can be exhausted and will not help us on the path to enlightenment. With merits, we can understand the Dharma and put it into practice. Merits will also allow us to accomplish our worldly and spiritual aspirations with less or no obstacles. That's the difference between merits and good karma. So therefore, with Dorje Shugden's practice, you will gain merits. And with these merits, he will be able to help you accomplish your spiritual and material goals. On the other hand, Dorje Shugden also removes our inner and outer obstacles for your spiritual growth and for your attainments. So what is inner obstacles? Inner obstacles is ignorance, hatred, desire, jealousy, doubt, and all the feelings that come up and down along your spiritual path, in one's life. There's always problems and difficulties and the emotions that comes up and down, and that can, whether it's good or bad, whether it's happy or unhappy, these emotions that come up and down could potentially derail us away from our spiritual practice. It could potentially be disastrous for our relationships. It could be disastrous for whatever endeavors we wish to, both spiritual and material. Hence, Dorje Shugden has a very powerful ability to overcome that because he is Manjushri and also because he is extremely effective for our time. And there are many cases in the past that I've heard of people who practice Dorje Shugden have noticed that they are able to overcome a lot of problems, be able to think through. The thing is, Dorje Shugden is Manjushri, hence he gives you this clarity of mind to be able to overcome problems. I've heard this over and over again, and that's why I'm explaining to you in this manner. And the other aspect is that Dorje Shugden overcomes outer obstacles. Outer obstacles are very, very simple. It is obstacles of one's health, sickness, old age, infectious diseases. Also, on the other hand, there is accidents, and also in some places where black magic and spirits is very prevalent, Dorje Shugden is very, very powerful and effective. I've heard many, many times on many occasions, Dorje Shugden has helped them overcome extremely dangerous and powerful black magic, and in places where spirit affliction is very, very common and dangerous. And also, Dorje Shugden is very helpful in terms of financial difficulties, in terms of your career, in terms of business stability. And I've heard many times that Dorje Shugden has helped people overcome extremely difficult financial crisis. Also, on the other hand, Dorje Shugden, besides removing obstacles and difficulties, Dorje Shugden also provides favorable or conducive conditions that encourage your Dharma practice to flourish. What this means is that Dorje Shugden, iconographically, he carries this Vajra hook, and that is to symbolize his ability to bring in the necessary conditions. Necessary conditions could mean different for different people. For some people, it could mean a suitable relationship, a partner. For some people, it is spiritual friends. And for all of us, we need a place where we can practice the Dharma, a Buddhist center. And everyone needs a guru, a spiritual guide. Dorje Shugden has this tremendous ability to connect us with a guru and a center, an organization with an authentic lineage, if you do not have one. And as I said earlier, Dorje Shugden is one of Manjushri. His practice will help us to develop wisdom, creativity, memory, clarity of mind, and peace of mind. Like I said earlier, clarity of mind here refers to this ability to make the right decisions. Or in other words, decisions that will have long-term benefit for everyone. So that's what Dorje Shugden's wisdom, Dorje Shugden's benefit when you engage in this practice. Hence, Dorje Shugden's practice is very good for all of us, especially for young professionals, for students who rely on memory, on intellect to make critical decisions, and also on making presentations, who rely on delivering one's ideas, proposals, using the speech to express ideas, express thoughts. Dorje Shugden is very powerful as an emanation of Manjushri to able to help you in that manner. Now finally, I'll go into Dorje Shugden in his various emanations and his various abilities to help us. In Dorje Shugden's mandala, Dorje Shugden emanates as 32 deities, and each group has a different function and hence a different benefit for us. Dorje Shugden, in his main form as Dulzin Dorje Shugden, help us to overcome our outer and inner obstacles and empower us with the blessings of Manjushri. Dorje Shugden as Shitse or Varachana Shugden, he helps us to overcome or pacify obstacles and is beneficial to healing our body, healing our mind, and also to overcome and pacify environmental calamities, environmental disasters, places where there is a lot of danger. Genze or Ratna Shugden help us to overcome financial difficulties and to attract wealth, not just wealth, but also of all the necessary material and spiritual resources that we need to practice this Dharma, and also for our livelihood, for our health, for our relationships, everything that we need that's necessary for us to lead a life that is virtuous. Then Dorje Shugden as Wangze or Pema Shugden help us to control our own very difficult mind, to transform this mind, and also to help us to tame or help us to work with people who are difficult. He is especially powerful and efficacious when we are having a virtuous objective. And finally, as Trakse or Karma Shugden, he helps us to overcome the most difficult obstacles, life-threatening situations and calamities. And he grants that kind of protection from very virulent spirits, negative energies, black magic, and in places where it is dangerous, in places where there's a lot of crime, in places where there is physical danger. Trakse is very helpful in this kind of situations. And Dorje Shugden emanates also as the 8 guiding monks. The 8 guiding monks are to empower us to hold our vows and commitments, especially when we traverse on the path on our spiritual journey, we take on commitments like refuge, bodhisattva vows, and later on with advanced practices, our tantric vows. The 8 guiding monks bless us to empower us to hold our vows well so that we gain spiritual attainments. And then the next one is the 9 mothers. The 9 mothers help us when we engage in tantric meditations where we need the assistance of these 9 mothers to help us to gain special realizations in Tantra. And finally, the 10 youthful and wrathful assistants of Dorje Shugden's mandala help us to alleviate and overcome outer and inner obstacles like broken samaya and all other negative karma, fruitioning of negative karma that takes us away from our spiritual path, that hinders us and that creates problems for us. Okay, I'll come to my conclusion. I hope I had made myself very clear that Dorje Shugden is Manjushri, the Bodhisattva, and the benefits derived from propitiating and praying to Manjushri and taking refuge in Manjushri, not just to clear our outer and inner problems and obstacles, but also to guide us and clear the path for us on our journey to become a Buddha. Thank you.